We're back with another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live. Your favorite Compas got you covered with all of our NFL wildcard weekend takeaways. Plus, the Chargers get knocked out of the playoffs by the Patriots in Foxborough, while the Rams survive a late game drive by Matthew Stafford in Carolina to advance. And lastly, we'll go over all the headlines around the NFL. With everything going on. John Harbaugh finally took a meeting with the Atlanta Falcons, so we'll see. I saw somebody from a New York media member say it's between the Falcons and the Giants for his services. So again, probably like little brother wants, far away from the AFC. But all right, Alberto, do you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do, Fernando. Yeah, what a beating though for the Chargers. Anyways, we'll get to them. Give us the best wild card game of the weekend, and I think we could just say the weekend because Monday night. I hate waiting for a playoff game for Monday night, so it is wild card weekend. Wild card weekend is over. We don't worry about Monday night. So give me the best game from wild card weekend. I think the first four were pretty good. I thought the first two were the better ones or more entertaining. I thought Bills Jaguars was a chess match, but not as exciting as Panthers Rams or what was the other one? Oh, obviously Bears
Bears
Packers was
and
freaking
I
yeah.
think that's the best. Well, that was the best
Yeah, it
one.
was so good that we jumped on late to talk about it. Check that out, the
Yeah.
recap. And then 49ers Eagles was a snoozer until it got better at the end. And obviously Chargers Patriots was a snoozer.
I did not like I kind of dozed off for a little bit during 49ers Eagles. I thought the Eagles
Yeah.
were up by way more when I kind of dozed off, and then I kind of woke up like not woke up, but like I started paying more attention on that game-winning drive. I'm like, what the hell just happened to these idiots? Like, what are you guys doing? But yeah, no, I definitely think Bears Packers was interesting just because you get out to a 21-0 or 21-3 lead, and then you blow it in the
Yeah.
second half, and now it's like, oh well, LaFleur get fired, and now they're like, oh well, they're trying to talk about a contract extension with LaFleur, so we'll see what happens with all that. But nice shirt, by the way. I like it. You were promoted at Daddy. I don't
Yeah.
know in what way
Your brother,
you're trying. I don't know in
brother
what
gave me a
way you
shirt.
were promoted to Daddy, but I don't
Your
know if it's
brother
because
gave
you
me the
became a
shirt.
father or oh.
No, because after I said that the Patriots were gonna whoop on the Chargers, and I kept telling your brother, "Listen to me, I'm always right. That your team's gonna lose." He said, he went Pedro Martinez. All right, might as well Gilberto call you my daddy because you're always right and you always prove me wrong here. So I got promoted. No, just kidding. A little too soon there. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel. You're frustrated about the Chargers loss, and check out my column at si.com where I said it's not Justin Herbert's fault. It's Jim Harbaugh's fault. Anyways, the point is, thank you for bringing up my shirt. I was wearing this during the baby shower, so I was promoted to daddy. Baby shower of man over a year now. It was last November.
I don't remember you wearing that shirt. Well, I don't know.
I think it got cold, so I was wearing
Oh, a
a
jacket.
jacket.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you know me. I'm a West
This
Coast guy. I get cold.
this is a troll. This has to be a troll. Um, well, I mean, I'll just get this out of the way like quickly, just because I'll let you have your red carpet moment. I'm kind of over talking about the team just because of this season. Like, it's kind of been a really annoying season. It's like I've written the same thing. I feel like over and over again. I wrote about it last night. It is on Jim. You're getting yeah. Hey, what I thought. I was like, that has to be a troll. I wrote about the same, almost the exact same thing you did. I said, this is on Jim. I mean, you're getting paid 16 to 18 million dollars to make all these decisions, but yet you hire your buddy, like, and your buddy is one of the worst offensive minds I think in the game right now. I mean, I think I read somewhere that in the last in the playoff games in the 6 games that he's been the OC with Lamar and Justin Herbert, he's 1-5. They've thrown two touchdown passes and 8 interceptions in that time. So it just I've gotten tired of writing it. He needs a whole revamp, offensive line. I even think the weaponry, and then of course a new offensive mind. I don't know, Brian Dable, Mike McDaniel, whatever it is. If you're about to lose Jesse Minter, then go throw all this money at those guys to help your quarterback. But to see Justin kind of taking a beating, I mean, last night, if you really looked at it, like a lot of former players were kind of on Justin's side. They're like, this dude's taking a beating left and right. Like every time he's dropping back, they're on him. Now, did Justin have his best game? No, he missed Quentin Johnston open down the field. He missed Lad McConkey in the back. He had no safeties around him. Yes, he did miss some passes, but a lot of it too is just the constant beating that he's taken this season. But I think it's 100 and he's been hit 140 times, sacked over 50 because he got sacked another 6 times last night. So I mean, it is what it is. I felt like I felt like the defense played well. I think Odafe Owe deserves to get paid. That guy had 3 sacks last night of Drake May. One of them was a strip sack that almost changed the outcome of that game if the Chargers offense could have taken advantage of it. I saw sometimes last night, I kind of saw in our chat because there was quite a lot of pissed off people in there. But somebody's like, Khalil Mack's not worth the money. And I'm kind of like, do you guys not see like Khalil in one of those? Khalil drove Will Campbell right into Drake May. Drake May had to step up. He sacked, Owe came up, sacked him. Thule, I thought was great as well. But again, I feel like they need a shutdown corner on that side of the ball as well, or a shutdown. Like if you had a Gonzalez on the Chargers,
that made a big difference for the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. Christian was all over the field, and unfortunately, and I mean, it's incredible because I even think I don't know if you saw that, but Spillane said that after a player came up to him and said, we didn't know what the hell you guys were running. And then today, Mackay came out and told the media that he did not get along with Greg Roman. He did not like Greg Roman's system. And I'm like, well, way to oust yourself, pal. That was you, the one that went up to Spillane and said that you didn't know what the hell they were doing. But yeah, I'm kind of like, it's kind of getting to the point where you're kind of like, okay, like what's been better? I mean, and Dan said it last night. He's like, I cannot believe that Joe Lombardi and Kellen Moore got more out of Justin Herbert than when Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh have been able to. And I kind of sat back. I'm like, damn. And I mean, honestly, like, I know whatever people think, but like Dan let everybody have it last night. I was like, damn, all right. Like he was letting Justin have it. He was letting everybody have it. So I was very surprised. But yeah, no, definitely I was a little surprised by the outcome, but then when I first saw him take those hits, I'm like, oh, I was like, yep, here it comes. I'm like, they ain't gonna be able to do anything. And then I thought maybe this is like that Eagles game, and then it was like, no, that's not gonna happen. So definitely an interesting game. 15 points in 2 playoff games. I mean, that's really bad. But Gilbert, I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah, at some point I do want to talk about the Patriots because I think there's a lot that the Chargers could learn from the Patriots because, yeah, people want to say, oh, Jim Harbaugh's only been here 2 years. Well, it took Mike Vrabel 1 year to do what he did. So they spent money in free agency. You know, they have a good blueprint out there that I think the Chargers should follow. But eventually we'll get there. But I know right now the hot topic is Justin Herbert being 0-3 in the playoffs. You know, how can Harbaugh, save him? Firing Greg Roman, is this kind of just a Chargers thing because they've never won a Super Bowl? They wasted Phillip Rivers' career. They wasted Dan Fowler. It's like, they just don't know how to use a Hall of Fame worthy, or not Hall of Fame worthy, or Hall of Fame talent quarterback that comes once in a generation. So there's so much to unpack here that, I'm just gonna go off of Jim Harbaugh. And honestly, usually I'm in the wheelhouse of saying, if you've been in the league 6 seasons, if you're supposed to be as good if you're supposed to be as talented as you are, if you're making $50 million per year, if you've had the playoffs 3 years or you've had 3 playoff appearances already, enough with the excuses. Go out and make a play. Drake May made a play. Drake May was struggling. He threw a touchdown bomb to Hunter Henry. He used his legs. At some point, I don't care about this being a team game. I don't care that you had a crappy situation, but because Jim Harbaugh is constantly shielding, babying Justin Herbert and saying, no, he's great. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I will do anything for Justin Herbert. All right, Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to believe your words. If this guy is this supremely talented, I will not put any blame on him because that's what you did. You propped them up way over here. You wanted to shield the son of what is it, Goose or Odin? I don't know what the hell Dan
Odin.
calls it. Odin. So all right, Jim Harbaugh. Words are words. You can say this guy is freaking good. Then go do something about it. Go fire Greg Roman. Go do whatever it takes to build an O line. And I don't want to criticize Joe Ortiz and Jim Harbaugh for neglecting that, but when your guys go down, Slater and all, you're seeing that Mekhi Becton did not work out. And you saw it for 2 years in a row. You saw it in Houston. You saw it in New England. You better have plan B, C, D, and E ready to go because that was an atrocious O-line. And that should be, honestly, the focal point. The O-line has been terrible. The game plan has been terrible. It also sucked that the Amari Hampton wasn't ready to go. He tried. He wasn't available. It did not help there. So, everything that this team set out to do in the offseason, injury, but you can't have that as an excuse no more. The Charger fans know very well that injuries happen every single year. When I was covering this team, Derwin James got hurt every other year. Injuries happen all the time. Joey Bosa got hurt all the time. So I don't want to hear that as an excuse for this team here. So Jim Harbaugh, if you're going to save the career of Justin Herbert, I don't even want to blame Dean Spanos and the ownership. They paid you, Jim Harbaugh, to save this franchise, to save Justin Herbert. So to me, I'm putting all the blame on Jim Harbaugh. I'm saying go out and get a better OC. Go out and have a bunch of linemen. If you want to use 20 of your draft picks for the next 2 years on linemen, go ahead and do it. And here's one more, Fernando. Go trade for tough guys offensively. What the hell was that from Lam McConkey, Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen? Keenan Allen is great, but he had a bunch of drops too. You know who they need, Fernando? And I'll end it right here before I get carried away. Go get A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is annoying for Philadelphia, but he's demanding and he's physical and he provides toughness. What does the Chargers offense need? Everything I just said about A.J. Brown. So go get playmakers. Go get some bad guys. On defense, they're good, but offensively, they need more of that. Shout out to you, Angel. Appreciate it. $5
Thank you,
right
Angel.
there. Thank you, Angel. But before I go more in a rant, I'm going to just say it's all Jim Harbaugh's fault. Go and fix it.
Gilbert, I invite you on Thursday to come to El Segundo.
What's happening? Is that Jim Harbaugh's final presser?
I think that's when he's speaking. Yeah. I think that's when he's speaking. Thank you so much, Angel.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. He's back. Hey, he's in Italy, by the way. So shout out to you, cheese eating bastard, for jumping on while in Italy. So appreciate.
Was that after the playoff loss, or
huh?
did he fly before the game? Or
we don't mention that for the cheese eating bastard.
Thank you. Sorry. I appreciate you, cheese eating bastard.
Angel said in his comment, sucks to see that out of the big three names Charger fans wanted, Harbaugh is the only one that lost. Ortiz cooked this year. Harbaugh is the one who failed. Yeah. No, the big three. Oh, Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel,
that's a good one. Like, who was that better from the last three big name coaching hires? Vrabel, Johnson, Harbaugh. Like, I think Harbaugh is probably number 3 right now.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
Win a playoff game, and Johnson did that, and that's why he's ahead. Like, I don't know, maybe it can't be that simple.
Yeah, no, I agree. Real quick, Vic, did you still want to say something about this? Okay, he said yes. So we'll bring Vic in here, and then we'll after Vic talks, we'll move on to Rams and the Panthers, because that was definitely interesting. Hold on, is there a $3? Yes, there is. Vic, how are you doing?
Doing good. Sorry, I just wanted to come in here and give you guys my 2 cents here. I don't know if we'll get to talk Chargers tomorrow, so I just wanted to make sure I kind of give you my 2 notes. But I thought it was interesting, and you guys made some great points in terms of what's happened with Harbaugh, and I think has a lot of the blame here. I understand that one of the things I thought about with Justin Herbert, and I know I'm going to talk a little bit about baseball here, but like his career starting to remind me of Clayton Kershaw, where every year in the postseason he'd lose a heartbreaking game, and then the camera would just pan to him and we're trying to see that for Herbert. And the reason you brought in, as you guys talked about, Jim Harbaugh was to, improve things. And to your point, Fernando, you were saying like how many points, like in 5 playoff games with Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson under center, Roman's offenses have put up 3 points, 12 points, 3 points, 20 points, and 12 points. You need to, you need to keep up with the times. Like, I understand also, I know Angel said that Joe Ortiz cooked this year. The problem that you're starting to see with the Baltimore and now Chargers thing is the fact that they rely too much on the draft. And I'm with Gilbert. Like, you need to go out and spend money. One of the things that I didn't think was going to be a good thing for the Patriots was for them to spend a bunch of money. They went out and they got players that fit their system. The Chargers need to go out and spend money. And we've talked about this, guys. Like, you can make it work with the cap. The cap, you can make the money work however you want. If you want certain players, you can go out and get them. It's up to whether or not the owner is willing to put up the cash or not. So I'm with you guys in terms of what's happened this season. And then I will be interested to see if Jesse Minter is the guy in Baltimore, because now I'm starting to wonder if they're trying to go away from that model and they want to bring in something different. So I just thought, like, I Jesse Minter did a great job this year, but I don't know if he stays around. And then if you're Harbaugh, like, do you have to go and get both a offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, and how do you go about that?
I think they would promote somebody from within for the they like Steve Clydesdale there. He's from Notre Dame. I think they really like him. And it's somebody that they hire from within. But go ahead, Gilbert, for the OC.
Yeah. I'm with you on the whole, splurging in free agency. The only difference is the Patriots, have a rookie quarterback contract, and they paid a bunch of money for Justin Herbert. But man, you saw Milton Williams, like the way he, dominated the O-line. Obviously, it's a crap O-line, but he was worth every penny. I think I read from Albert Breer that the Panthers were trying to sign Milton Williams, and they said, "Nah, we're going to give you, a bunch more money to come in New England," and that's what's going to take for the Chargers. And honestly, Tyler Linderbaum is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You want to keep doing the Ravens connection, whatever you want, man, go ahead and get it. And it's going to suck for Lamar Jackson because. And it's also kind of this is a different conversation, but a lot of these, fifth-year options are tied into obviously like a scale, and centers are grouped in with tackles, and the Ravens didn't want to pay tackle money for Linderbaum, and now they're going to regret it because he's going to probably be a free agent, or they could maybe tag him too as well. Who knows? But the price tag is going to go up, and I think the Chargers will do everything they can to get him, but. Yeah, the one time, and I was asking this Fernando earlier, the one time that the Chargers actually splurged in free agency the last 2 years with Ortiz and Harbaugh was Mekhi Becton, and that just backfired. The thing about that, you shouldn't be scared about spending money, is because he wasn't the best free agent out there. What was maybe tier 2 of the guards? Linderbaum will be the best of the best. We saw
he didn't Drew like your Dahlman. Question, by the way.
What was that? Oh yeah, I don't care. This is a whole different thing, and it's just players who are sensitive about their past and how they haven't played well, like, to me, is a red flag. But anyways, injury, they get touchy about injuries, like embrace the past and get better and answer the damn question. Anyways, he wasn't available, and actually, now that you bring it up, or that I bring it up myself because you brought it up, Fernando, who the hell is Mekhi Becton to say Greg Roman wasn't good? You weren't even available half the times. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, I don't want to hear from you. Like, you weren't, like, you never played. You were always hurt. Like, you got paid to do what exactly? So cut that guy, move on. But anyways, we'll get the best $10 million. Yeah, go ahead. Easy. There's a reason why that contract was easy to get out of, because he wasn't a top tier free agent. Go get Linderbaum and don't even think about it. Go make a trade for AJ Brown. I know it's hard because Justin Herbert's, contract, but they have a lot of cap space because they haven't spent the last 2 years. It's just Herbert and Derwin James, and that's about it. So to me, I'm definitely all in, because that's the only way I see this team finally doing something for Herbert. And I get injuries suck, and I don't know how you're going to build depth, but you got to have plan C for offensive line. Enough is enough already.
Well, now I can tell you guys, because the Oh, Eric just wrote the same thing you and I wrote. It's up to Jim Harbaugh to protect Herbert and get him the right weapons. He just tweeted
You
out.
can't talk
Now
about
I
your
can.
guy being there with the birth of your
Now I
son
can
and
tell you guys.
protect him.
Yeah. Now I can tell
So
you guys the
just wanted to
truth.
say, I'm tired of Jim Harbaugh's stupid, like, what do you want to call it, like metaphors or isms or
Isms.
like
Yeah.
I can't be the only one that gets annoyed about it. I know people, you guys have to hear it every day at the press conference, but it's all fun and games when the Chargers are winning games and like, oh yeah, who has it better than us? But like, it's all like political talk. It's all too like, and I'm not saying that Harbaugh is soft and just coddling Herbert all the time. He's doing that for the media. He's doing that for the podium. Behind the scenes, I bet he's a pain in the ass. I bet he's toughening up Herbert. He's making these guys into the bad guys, the villains. It's just when you talk like that nonstop, it's like, all right, do something about it. Go help the guy. Stop being cheap. Go make a trade. Like if this guy's that good, that he like this guy's like your son, or coaching this guy, or like what was that Eagles game? Like winning an Eagles game on Monday Night Football was better than the birth of your son. Get the hell out of here. Like people are gonna laugh at that, but it gets tiring after a while. That's why Harbaugh got tiring in San Francisco. So to me, go back up your words if you're gonna shield the guy this much.
Well, and real two quick points, and then we'll finish up with Vic.
Yep.
I think people welcome the Harbaughisms because when he was first here, he was an asshole. When he was an asshole when he was with the 49ers, he was having a tough time. Why? He hated the GM. Ownership wanted him fired. They were like it was just a constant fight between all three of them. So now I feel like he's like, oh well, I can just have fun with it, and I can have fun with you guys. But yes, from what I've heard, he is not a dick, but like he's on these guys behind the scenes or whatever. The other thing I was going to tell you, and somebody just asked, what's the truth? I've gone to practices, and let me just show you that everybody's doing arm circles or everybody's like doing the workouts. Makai is holding his tits and just like slow jogging every single time. Every single time. Like people are doing all these workouts and Makai. Like, and you could just tell the laziness when you see this stuff at practice, and you're kind of like, dude, like, what are you doing? So it's just it's one of those things where I just see it and I'm like, dude, like I just don't know what's happening. But the other thing was quickly is somebody just reminded me, Dan was like, I am so over for he's a jolly good fellow, the slap each other's hands, all this stuff. He's like, I just want shitting on people and mother effing people the rest of the way. Like I'm tired of that. Go back to the old Harbaugh that wants to chop everybody's head.
Yeah.
And
year three. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gilbert.
No, I was gonna say real quick. Yeah, after 2 seasons, it's all fun and games, but after 2 blowout wild card losses where Herbert couldn't do anything because of the terrible O line, like you don't want to hear this crap. Like it gets tiring. Like you got to use it for positivity and building the culture. You got that. You got a playoff worthy team, and let's not forget they've done a lot with a very crappy situation they've gotten through injuries, but at some point, go find a way to win. Bravo and Drake May did. Like it wasn't Drake May's best game, but like he kept just making plays. He kept running the ball. He kept making quick throws, and it's all coaching adjustments too. I really hated what Greg Roman did for Justin Herbert, but like you see Josh McDaniels just making life easier for the guy who was struggling. He was inaccurate for most of the game, and then boom, he popped one to Hunter Henry. So sometimes excuses are annoying, but you can't just keep building this confidence saying we're going to hang with anybody, we're going to be tougher than anybody, and then the biggest game of the season comes 2 years in a row and you fold like a chair. So he's going to try something. He's going to have to do something different, I think, for year 3 when it comes to speech talking or motivational talk.
He got pressured 30 times. Like when the hell have you seen a quarterback get pressured 30 times?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and they never protected him, and I think that was my biggest thing, was they never tried to protect him. Like eventually you have to protect him against himself. And then the last thing I was gonna say, like, look at the Bills, right? When they felt the urgency to get rid of their OC, they had one of the best offenses going, and yet they said, you know what, Ken Dorsey, get the hell out of here. We're gonna promote Joe Brady. And look, like they've been up and down. They still haven't won a Super Bowl, but at least you have to feel the urgency if you're Harbaugh. Like, you can be nice here. Like eventually you just have to get with the times and go and get somebody. And I know we'll talk about this later on when it comes to coaches, but yeah, he needs to start figuring things out, because if you look around the league now, a lot of these CEO guys are starting to get fired left and right. So, but I'll leave you guys with that so you guys can get to the Rams.
Yeah, and just to add to that, Victor, like I wonder if seeing his brother get fired after just being there for so many years, and even all the winning that he did, where a franchise said, "Yeah, you're outdated, and we're tired of that." Like, I wonder if that's going to give him a kick in the ass too, because maybe Harbaugh, felt all the power that he had, and maybe he gets complacent at times, and that's why Joe Ortiz, operates the same way like Baltimore. You can't be complacent. People are not giving him the benefit of the doubt anymore, and the first domino fell with John Harbaugh.
Well, in that Michigan, you were about to get shit canned until your brother helped you by sending you Mike McDonald and sending you Jesse Minter. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna send you what now, but yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what's gonna happen with these guys moving forward, because Gilbert, I agree with you. I think this is gonna be the wake up call he needs, because you just saw your quarterback get the shit beat out of him. If I was Justin, I would literally probably get a new phone number, disconnect from I don't want to talk to anybody on the team, and get away for like a month. Like, get a new phone, disconnect from everybody, get away for a month, and then come back and be like, all right, I'm ready to go. But I have heard that like last year, after that Houston game, he was in the building every day watching film, looking at everything that he did wrong, watching film of other teams, other stuff. And I mean, the dude's dedicated. Well, it's just that everybody around him. I mean,
Fernando, like at some point when you're giving it your all, and you're carrying the team every single week, you're showing up early, you're not even like, I don't know, like obviously he's more into the spotlight this year because of Madison Beer. I'm not saying that's gonna that hindered his play at all, but he, like, for 6 years he's done all the right things. He works hard. He got asked to do so much for Brandon Staley. He got thrown into the fire right away with Anthony Lynn. He carried some bad teams, good teams, and that's the reason why it's hard for me to blame the guy, because I know how talented he is, and I know how when he's a hero
around him.
Yeah, and when he's a hero, like, people give him all the credit, but then when like shit goes bad, he gets all the blame. And like I think about Andrew Luck, who took a beating and always got the blame, like he's not as good as Peyton Manning, and then he just said, "I'm done" after 7 seasons. Like, obviously Stafford was, very tough, and he really struggled to never ask for a trade, but after 12 years, he said, get me out of here. I'm done with this. And the Lions had no choice but to do it, because they didn't try hard, but they tried for 12 years and it didn't work out. And that's why you don't give up on a talent. Like, I think we all have eyes here, and we know that Justin Herbert is talented. He's not Tua, he's not Kyler Murray, he's not Daniel Jones, he's not Sam Darnold, who needs a fresh start. He is a once in a lifetime generational quarterback talent. Yeah, he's folded in big pressure moments. I'm not saying he's Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning struggled. Stafford did not win playoff games with the Lions until he got with the Rams. Like, you could keep going on and on and on. And honestly, I'll say he's way more talented than Phillip Rivers. Maybe that's not a big statement, because Rivers had that weird motion. He was just, a gunslinger who was very confident and very smart. But it's rare to have that. Like even if we're talking about Joe Burrow and Herbert has more arm talent. It's just, Burrow maybe has it a little more up here, and he's able to have weapons like Jamar Chase and, T. Higgins, but he hasn't been in the playoffs for the last 3 years either. So, it's difficult, man. So,
yeah,
he gets the benefit of the doubt because he went to a Super Bowl and he beat the Chiefs one time. But when you're 0-3 in the playoffs, and then people are always blaming you and calling you out, and after a while it's like, F you guys. You think that I'm the problem? Give me a trade and let's see how you recover, So, if you're the Chargers,
Burrow's, yeah, my bad.
Go ahead. No,
and Burrow's still writing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it was just that, at some point you can't be the problem when like everything is dependent on you. And then the second that you don't deliver, obviously it's the biggest game of the season. It's difficult, but you saw the help that he had. There was drops from the wide receivers. There was poor play calling. There was poor offensive line play. And I get it. I'm making excuses for the guy, but I'm always going to go to what Jim Harbaugh said. This guy is the best of the best. And I fall for that because I see the talent. He's very talented, but I would not be mad at Herbert. Like, I don't know, maybe in a couple years, like maybe this feels premature for that next year or the year after that. It's the same crap. Ask for a trade. Maybe the contract has, you probably know this better. I don't know how many years they have left or when they can get out of the contract. But yeah, it's going to be a while. So either I hate this when players do this. Oh, you erase the Chargers from your social media, and that's how you kind of sprinkle the whole trade talk, and you kind of boost like, hey, you better make changes. Like it happens all the time. Like it might happen with him, especially now that Herbert, I don't know. I'm shocked that he's dating a superstar or not superstar. What is she? What do you consider Madison to be? A star? A regular star? Yeah, I guess. I mean,
she's
know.
gorgeous and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's like he's doing things a little differently, and sometimes you got to be a little selfish. You want to get a hot chick to be your girlfriend, go ahead and do it. You want to say, "Go give me AJ Brown," go ahead and do it. I think he's earned it.
That, and I know we have to move on, but that really is intriguing to me. I really feel like AJ Brown. Yeah, I guess influencer star. I mean, I don't know. Like
music, that's more than an influencer. So I'll give her more. Yeah. I can't name
there's so many categories, and so many influencers are unalivers too. Like every other week I see, this influencer unalived their mother, or they're this or they're that. So yeah, there's a lot of shady. Dude, here in San Diego,
it's always a couple influencers. They're like, divorce after 2 years, or like,
dude, here in San Diego, dude like saw his ex-wife on the cam, an influencer. They had millions of followers. He had a what's it called? He had a cam at the house, and he saw that another guy was there. Comes over with like a samurai sword and like whacks both of them. Like here downtown, like the right next to Petco Park, those big ass apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Right in there, just wham! Like it was crazy. Real quick, I think AJ Brown and Herbert would be a yin and a yang. I think they would both, like his outgoing personality, the aggressiveness, all that with Herbert, or with Herbert's like more chilled out demeanor. I think it could work. I think both of them would work. I think
things that he wants, and he's like the mouthpiece. Hey, you want that, Herbert? I'm gonna fucking call it out for you. I'm gonna get it for you. Like I think AJ Brown would do that. And like, I know it's not the same situation, Fernando. And I'm glad you brought this up. Stephon Diggs is no longer like AJ Brown level player, but the toughness, the demand that he requires for excellence, the experience of being in big games, I think it really helped Drake May and the Mike Brable situation. So get somebody like that. Sometimes a diva and a hard ass could be a good thing.
I wonder if they regret not getting DK. I know DK is not worth a $30 million. Like I get that. But I think the aggressiveness, I think that would definitely, I agree. It would be like Randy Moss going to the Patriots. But I think that would help Trey Harris. I think it would help Ladd basically right now. When I read heard some of the media stuff that he said, like he's like, I want the ball in my hands. I want to make a difference. That tells me, one, he was frustrated with his role this year. He was not happy about the way things went down. What better way to help him than with getting a big target like AJ Brown? AJ Brown was still making a bunch of plays yesterday for these guys. So I definitely think AJ Brown would change the demeanor of this team, and I think it'd be for the better. I mean, he does seem like a hardball kind of guy where he got into Sirianni's face and they both went at it. So I think that's something that these guys kind of need on the offensive side of the football. They have it on the defensive side. They don't have it on the offensive. So I do agree with you on that sense. But all right, let's move on now to the Rams. Gilbert, definitely. I don't even know what to call this matchup, Gilbert. It was just like, it was one of those games where I was just really surprised. I mean, the Rams got off to a quick start. I saw jackasses like Skip Bayless tweeting out, we're done. Like I like this game's over. Let's move on. Blah, 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 whatever. And then here comes Chuba Hubbard scoring a touchdown. Okay, maybe something will happen. Boom, 17-7 Panthers. And here Rams. Then here come the Panthers. And then at the end of the game, Coker, and I told you guys on the live, Jalen Coker, that kid is talented. 9 catches, 134, 1 touchdown with 2:39 left in the game. And then Cody Parkinson, my God, what a throw from Matthew Stafford. What a catch by him. They win the game 34-31. Just my quick impressions. I really think that the Rams have something cooking. I think they got the best possible matchup now. I think the Bears are a good matchup for them. I think they could take it to them. But I'm just really interested to see what they're gonna do against now going to Chicago, the cold and all that. What kind of team they're gonna be? I think they're gonna have to run the hell out of the football. But I definitely am I'm definitely very impressed by the way the Rams went in there and faced with the adversity, backs against the wall. They end up going around and winning. So yeah, and Matthew Stafford showed why he's the MVP candidate. And I think he is going to win the MVP. But Gilbert, what did you make of this game?
Yeah, before I review the game, a quick preview and check out House of Horns for a full preview of Bears Rams. I'm actually excited for the matchup because I know the Bears could score points and the Rams secondary can't really defend wide receivers. So imagine having to deal with Colston Loveland and DJ Moore and Dunzia. So it might be a close game. And so I'm actually obviously the Rams are a better team and they've been here before, but it should be a good shootout, I think. But in terms of the Panthers and the Rams, that's what happened. Like that's the thing about the Rams. Like they're so damn good. They have a good offense. They're so talented, but they're always going to be in close games because they don't know how to defend the pass. And to Victor's credit, he reminded me that all 5 of their losses have been by 1 score. I think 4 out of the 5 have been by 3 points or less. So they're always going to be in the game because of the Rams' offense. It's just, are you going to be in a close game because your defense sucks, or you might be in a blowout victory because the front came alive? And I've broken down this game in many ways. And one, I took my medicine. I said, and you guys know this. I've been very hesitant to say the Rams could be like the legit #1 team in football because they don't have secondary.
Everybody's been saying that in our realm.
They have one linebacker, and I'm like, I don't think that's enough to win the Super Bowl, especially in a year of defense. And after a while, I was like, all right, I get it. I get it, Leslie. I get why you have the cheapest defense of the past 3 years. I get why you overload the offense and you neglect defense and you hope that the front's enough. Because you're always going to be in a game with Matthew Stafford. Stafford is playing out of his mind. That was a fun, surprising game from Bryce Young and Stafford, by the way. And so that is my concern. It's like when you're always in close games because you have to be like a better version of the 2024 Bengals or a way better version than the 2025 Cowboys. Like, it's just part of the reality. But I worry about their special teams too. Like in close games, you need to have special teams. So I would not be shocked if the Bears beat them. I would not be shocked if, winner of 49ers Seahawks beat them because they have these big weaknesses, but at the same time, they have a big advantage having number 9, not JJ McCarthy, Matthew Stafford on their side. So it's kind of the same old what I've known from this team here. But man, they're fun to watch. I love watching Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams, like you mentioned, still a little rusty. And another weekness, McVay's actually been kind of, suspect coaching this year. You went away from the 13 personnel in that Carolina game. Even Chris Shula couldn't adjust with Coker and McMillan getting torch. Coaching has been a little off for the Rams. They always get the praise. They always get the benefit of the doubt, but that could doom them just as much as special teams. So, I know I covered this game a lot, but to me, they're always going to have a fighting chance with Stafford. And real quick on Bryce Young, and you could probably disagree here. Maybe you call me delusional and help me see the light, Fernando. I would not be mad if the Panthers give Bryce Young 1 more year, not just because of what he did with the Rams. It helps, but what else are you going to do? Like, you're not going to get a top 10 pick to draft a Mendoza or Dante Moore. What are you going to do? Trade for Kyler Murray at Tua? You're going to go sign Malik Willis? Like, I kind of want to see what Bryce Young could keep doing with Jalen Coker and Ted McMillan. So maybe I'm delusional or I'm insane there. But he showed me some chops there in that playoff game. That was big time by him.
No, I agree. It's worked. I mean, ever since they benched him, it's really worked. Saini, I think it's either on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's going to be Thursday, though, but don't quote me. They still haven't let us know when the presser is going to be for Jim and Joe. No, I'd give Bryce another year. Why not? I mean, the dude showed some spunk. He showed some fight this year. There was a lot of games that they won where you're like, oh, they're not going to win that game, and they won it. Did they lose to Tampa in Tampa? Yeah, but I mean, it was a rough game. They still got in the playoffs. They showed some fight against the Rams and a team that they had beat earlier in the season. I just think that that obviously the defense, like the offense, is going to have to outscore the opposing offense. I know that's stupid to say, but I just think they're, again, especially against the Bears, they like throwing the ball all over. They like running the football. They're going to have to match score for score with the Bears. And I think the Packers gave you a little bit of a glimpse of exactly. The Packers kind of get the Packers. I kind of said it like them out in Wisconsin. I'm hanging out with the cheese eating bastard too much, which is never a bad thing. But I just think that they gave you a glimpse of how to kind of keep those guys down. And I think missing Witherspoon, I think, is going to hurt the Rams a little bit. I think this is going to be a game where their frontline guys are going to have to get it going. I mean, I haven't seen much from Jared Verse in some of these games. Like, yeah, he does. But there's times where I'm like, okay, where's Jared Verse? Like, Braden Fisk got a sack on Bryce Young. Puna Ford got a sack as well. But some of these guys are going to have to step up and really cause some havoc because, yeah, exactly. Jonah Jackson, who was with the Rams, he got traded for. But that's another evidence, Gilbert, of like Ben Johnson was like, the interior sucks. Let's go sign Dalton. Let's trade for Tooney. Let's trade for Jonah Jackson, and let's make this work. So, but again, I really think that the Rams they're in an okay spot. I am a little bit just because of what the weather's going to be like, and not because they're a dome team or whatever you want to bring out there. It's just those elements are definitely those elements do kind of matter sometimes, especially in Chicago. Like, you saw how crazy the ball was moving on Saturday. You know what it's like when it's a night game. By the way, I heard that I saw somebody was saying that the networks are kind of fighting over what games they want. So that's pretty. Yeah. I mean, I think all 4 games, no matter what it is, are going to be very, very interesting.
We're still waiting on times,
right? What's up?
We're waiting on TV times, right?
Yeah. No, and what day and what time? I think I don't think they've said
we got days, but we don't have time. The Bears Rams are Sunday and 49ers Seahawks are Saturday. And I think Bills Broncos are Saturday, and then the winner of tonight plays Patriots on Sunday, but we don't have times at all yet.
So I'm guessing Bills Broncos 18 degrees on. Oh wow, that's actually not that bad. Bills Broncos compared to what it could be. I mean, look what it was last Saturday. I think it was
pretty bad. Ask Brandon McManus about that.
So I think Bills Broncos is going to be the Saturday night game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to see Seattle 49ers as a night game. Don't give me that shit.
That's going to be, I hope that's an early one. Yeah. I'd rather see Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in Denver. Yeah, give me that. By the way, Joshua Palmer got put on IR. Who had that on their bingo card?
I was gonna say everybody's hurt besides Josh Allen on that team. It's kind of wild.
And he's hurt too. By the way, Dylan Raiola, I thought that's where you're gonna throw the Dante Moore. Dylan Raiola, the Patrick Mahomes 2.0.
Oh yeah, going to Oregon.
Committed to Oregon. So that means that Dante Moore is probably coming out, which I don't think he should. I think that's dangerous, but he's going to do it. He wants the money. So
maybe set the guy for a year if somebody's patient enough.
Yeah, but I really think that the Rams are going to show us something, and I like the way that they I like the way that they've kind of calmed the noise down, and they keep on grinding and doing what they're doing. Gilbert, 49ers. No, let's go to Bills and Jaguars. It kind of felt like for the most part, the Bills were kind of in control of this game. I thought they did a really good job of moving the football up and down. Essentially, they were ahead up until the point where obviously at the end, ETN scores that 14-yard touchdown. And they're up 24-20. Then obviously Josh Allen came up. By the way, that was the longest tush push I've ever seen. That was pretty incredible. But again, I mean, Josh Allen, 11 carries, 33 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He was 28 of 35, 273, 1 touchdown. He kind of spread the ball around. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different pass catchers. We're on the other side. Trevor Lawrence went back to being the Trevor Lawrence that we all know. 18 of 30, 207, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. The last pick obviously was bad. The first one, well, it was popped up, but The first one, I thought it was a little iffy too. I thought they kind of went away from the run. They were running the ball really well, and at one point, I thought they kind of went away from it, which was disappointing. That PJ Washington guy, 7 catches, 107, 1 touchdown. I think that guy's phenomenal, and he's really taken. I don't know what's happened to Brian Thomas Jr., but he has just not been the same as last year. And I guess you could say the same for Ladd. Ladd hasn't been the same kind of player that he was last year either. But I definitely think Brian Thomas Jr. is kind of falling off a cliff a little bit. And Liam's job is going to be, hey, that's a first-round draft pick. We got to get this guy going. What did these guys do about to kind of get Brian going last year? So, but again, I thought the Bills did exactly what I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to go in there, kind of quiet the noise. I honestly thought we were going to get a game-winning drive from Josh Allen, and the fact they did it, that was great. And again, the Bills have a chance, Gilbert. They have a chance to make it all the way to the Super Bowl as a 6th seed, and I'm here all for it. What did you kind of see from this one?
Yeah, the Josh Allen discussion is a little different from the Justin Herbert one because obviously Allen's won a few playoff games, but people always want to say he's not better than Mahomes because he doesn't have the Super Bowls. He can't be better than Mahomes because Mahomes has 3 compared to 0, and I'm like, I'm tired of that. Like, it's not about greatest resume. It's about individual best quarterback. And to me, I think Josh Allen's the best football player on the planet. That's also, including Myles Garrett. You could tell me if I'm wrong, Fernando, but no one could do what he does. If you want to say Mahomes is still the best passer of the football, go ahead. But Allen is maybe right there with them. Mahomes can't do what he does with his legs. He cannot have a tush push go 10 yards and almost for 11-yard touchdown. Like, no player could do this. Like, the person that only reminds me of what Allen does physically is Cam Newton, but nowhere near was Cam Newton as good a passer as Josh Allen. So, and Lamar Jackson is more athletically gifted, but he's not a bulldozer. He's also not as good as passer as Allen. I think Allen's might be better than Joe Burrow as a passer. I know Allen is more erratic than Joe Burrow. He's a clean pocket passer, but when his best is best, the best of the best is Josh Allen. I'm tired of just saying because, well, he's never been to a Super Bowl. Well, he doesn't have what Mahomes has. I'm like, Mahomes is not here. Mahomes has had mediocre offenses for the last few years when he was riding the coattails of Steve Spagnuolo's defense. Like, I'm done with that, with being blinded by it. He's great. I love Mahomes, but it's just like, it's Josh Allen's time. And the reason why this so-so team that's like, honestly, like, James Cook was nowhere to be found, and Josh Allen's like, all right, I'll do all the bulk of the work, the dirty work. He's taking a beating. I don't know if you saw that meme on whatever the hell you want to call it, Twitter or X, Fernando, where it was a clip from the Batman movies where the Dark Knight's talking to the Catwoman, and she's like, "You've done enough for this city. Stop putting your body on the line."
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, "It's not enough," and it's like, that's Josh Allen, man.
Yeah.
He's always putting his body on the line. And I guess Catwoman was Haley Steinfeld, but this guy just does whatever it takes, and I love watching that. And maybe he does it, maybe he doesn't. And going off of Tom's comment, I'm actually shocked that the Broncos are not favored at home, coming off a bye week, and everybody's hurt on the Bills because Josh Allen's on the team. They're the favorite to win that game. Honestly, I will probably take the points here because I think it does matter being fresh, but I'm not gonna count on Josh Allen to go in there single-handedly and beat the Broncos because he's that damn good. To me, that was my biggest takeaway. I did enjoy watching the chess match between Liam Cohen and Sean McDermott. Trevor Lawrence, he's putting it together, but that pick there was bad. I hate when game-winning drives end that quickly, and he had a tip pass. I think
it was on the first play, right?
Yeah, you could put it on him. The one for Bryce Young, that was a drop on Jimmy Horn Jr. That wasn't on him. But this one was on Trevor Lawrence. Overall, we'll talk about this on Tuesday, but Liam Cohen being consoled at the press conference was the story of this game somehow. Overall, Liam Cohen did a great job of helping out Trevor Lawrence. But and by the way, Tony Romo was horrendous in this game call.
He was so bad.
He was trying to convince every viewer that the Jaguars are like, I don't know, the second coming of Joe Montana's 49ers. The Jaguars are good. They were good, but they were not that good. But I do want to say the Bills beating this Jaguars team says a lot. I get that Mahomes wasn't the quarterback of this team. Joe Burrow wasn't. Lamar Jackson wasn't. I'm not taking anything away from the Bills. This was a good win.
No, I completely agree. I think the Bills are. The thing is too, the Broncos don't do well against tight ends, and for some reason, something has gotten into Knox. I can't remember his first name. I don't remember if it's Dallas. No, it's something Knox.
Dawson.
What?
Dawson
What is
Knox.
it? Dawson Knox. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. Dawson Knox has actually turned into a very serviceable. Like he's been really good this whole season for them. Dalton Kincaid. I definitely think that. Thank you. Yeah, Dawson. Thank you. I definitely think that they're going to be able to do some good stuff against them. By the way, the same meme that you see, but I saw it with the Chargers one. It's what's his name? Herbert praying to God and saying, "God, can you get me some offensive, or is there any way this can be easier?" And then it's Jesus telling him, "How are you still alive?" Like it just, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But I think it's Vegas knowing that that Josh Allen's never out of it. They feel like they're not buying Bo Nix and that team. And hey, guess what? Ed Oliver, they just opened his practice window. That's going to be a huge return for them because that defensive line was getting after Trevor Lawrence, and you add him, and then Joey Bosa came out and said he is the healthiest he's felt in years, which is a line he would always give us. But again, I love Joey. Joey was always great with him. Always
that
really
was a
nice
good game plan by McDermott, by the way.
Yeah, no. And then they were missing Terrell Bernard. No, they were missing one of their really good corners. I can't remember his name right now.
Benford, I think.
Benford. They were missing Benford. So there were some guys that they were missing that they could get back this week. So that's going to be very good news. And again, the Broncos have not, like, the last time they faced a team like this was the Jaguars, and we all know what happened when they played them. But all right, Gilbert, real quick, how surprised were you on a scale of 1 to 10 that the 49ers went in there and beat the Eagles? Because I was at a damn 10, dude. I did not believe they had any. I didn't think they had a chance.
It was an 8, and then Kittle got hurt, and then it became a 10. And it was like, oh man, like how the hell are they gonna win this game? And for whatever reason, whenever players get hurt, they just keep winning games, and that kind of shows, the credit of Kyle Shanahan for having this team believe. And maybe we could talk about this on Tuesday's show, but I know everybody's making a big deal about the 49ers training next to a power plant, and that's where all the injuries are occurring. I don't know how this team is still alive, by the way. So I don't know. I think they're gonna get probably crushed by Seattle, but then again, this team is always proving people wrong. I thought they weren't going to win 10 games, and here they are in the divisional round. So it's hard for me to doubt them because they just find ways to do it. And this will be my last thing on this game. Like, honestly, I don't care that the NFL put them on Saturday after flying to Philly on Sunday. Like, go win the number 1 seed. I think that's the benefit of winning the number 1 seed. The Seahawks got it. I like it. People are making a whole big deal about the Panthers not getting a home field game, and they almost beat the Rams. So I'm done complaining about what the NFL does for the playoffs, but go win the division, go win the number 1 seed. So I know that Kyle Shanahan does not like that. It sucks, but hey, you've had a crappy year all year, so go ahead and prove people wrong again.
Real quick, because we need to get out of here, because I know you're covering the Texans Steelers. Who do you got?
I got the Texans, but for every time you ask me on Monday night, I feel like I always get it wrong. So this is a team that I really need to win. But I have a good weekend so far.
You know what's funny? I mean, I don't care about the picks. I've gotten them all basically wrong, so I don't give a shit. I hope I want one more of these from Mike Tomlin. So I'd love to see him like really take it to all these people because they won. But Vic, we'll get to your true and false tomorrow. I definitely appreciate everybody for jumping on. You guys are the best.
By the way, guys, Tomlin is 12-0 on Monday Night Football. He's never lost on Monday Night Football at home. Just FYI.
Don't lose, Tomlin. This is my Super Bowl pick right here. I already lost my NFC winner.
By the way, give me Bills Patriots in the AFC Championship, and give me Rams Seahawks in the AFC Championship, and I'm good. Like 2 divisional games. Like,
I would be happy with
why
that.
not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody so much. You guys are the best. We will be back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for everything. We will be back tomorrow, and House of Horns, I think, will be on Wednesday. So thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Gilbert, get us out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, speaking of being back, DK Metcalf just made a play. He's back. Maybe he won't fight a fan this time. But yeah, thank you for everybody in the comments here. Yeah, it's time to get going. Ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.